For this video, I'm going to be taking you on a hotel tour of the Wheaton Inn located in Wheaton, Minnesota. There are so many hotels and motels and resorts out there that it can be hard to keep track of all the different types and styles of them. Luckily for me, the hospitality industry has kind of come up with the star rating system, basically using like 1 to 5 stars to rate the amenities at each hotel and what's available. For example, an all-inclusive resort that has multiple restaurants and spas and pretty much every amenity that you can imagine would be a 5-star resort, versus just a basic motel with no restaurants or swimming pools, anything like that, just a basic room. That would be kind of a 1-star hotel. As a general rule of thumb, the higher the star rating, the more expensive the room rate is, and that's pretty typical. For example, today I'm staying at the Wheaton Inn. This would be considered just a 1-star hotel based on the fact that it really doesn't have any amenities, it's just the room itself. It's a lot less expensive than staying at like a 5-star resort like the Ritz-Carlton in New York City, which typically is going to be $700, $800, even $1,000 a night, depending on what suite you're staying in. Now, the Wheaton Inn is just basic accommodations. It's obviously nothing to call home about, but the beds were clean and it was fairly comfortable. I mean, definitely not the most comfortable mattress around, but you're in a very small town in Minnesota, so it was very quiet. It was easy to fall asleep. I had no complaints. I mean, it was a pretty pleasant stay. I can't really argue. And the room rate was $50 a night, which is very, very reasonable for a hotel room, especially when it's this clean and well maintained. I mean, the buildings are older, but they didn't really show a lot of wear and tear, so the maintenance has been pretty good. My only major pet peeve here was in the bathrooms themselves. Inside the shower stall, it's really dark. They could really benefit from just using a clear shower curtain, because the light source is coming from over the sink. When you pull back that shower curtain, it's just the solid, and there's no light that transmits through it, so it's pretty dark and hard to see in there. Some people will definitely have a problem. The other issue is these are the types of shower stalls used in campgrounds, and I'm used to them, so it didn't bother me. But some people might be upset with the, I guess, crude or rudimentary function of the particular shower stall. It is very basic. I'm used to camping outside, so it's fine for me. But some people who are used to like going to the Hilton might have issues with it. I mean, when it comes to the hotel itself, obviously it looks like a motel and not like a hotel. The interior decor of this place reminded me of the late 1970s, early 1980s. That's probably when this hotel was built, so that is consistent. However, I do know some people probably won't be happy with it. I kind of like the retro vibe personally. Compared to the other hotels that I've reviewed in the past, this property is most similar to the Executive Economy Lodge that I stayed in Pompano Beach, Florida. And by comparison, the room rate over at the Executive Economy Lodge was 3 times as much. I mean, I paid about $150 a night, and the rooms were actually in much worse shape than what I experienced for $50 a night at the Wheaton Inn. So I'll definitely give the Wheaton Inn a lot of credit. Even though this is a budget motel, the level maintenance, the beds, the linens, the towels, everything was nice and clean. Never saw any bugs the whole time I was there. No cockroaches, anything like that. So they are keeping the place up pretty well. It was a very pleasant stay, honestly. And, Wheaton is not exactly a bustling tourist destination. So this motel ended up being a lot nicer than I anticipated. And the rooms have pretty much every amenity you would expect. They had a mini fridge, microwave oven, satellite TV. Overall, it was a very pleasant place to stay, and the accommodations were exactly what I expected from a basic motel. Well, that pretty much wraps up my hotel tour of the Wheaton Inn. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click on that subscribe button above.